Hi guys, welcome to Strictly Front Wheel Drive again. I know I haven't posted a video up in a while, but I had sort of a dilemma. I guess what I said about eBay came to bite me in the ass here. So I ordered a top mount manifold from eBay, and it took about a week to get here. Top mount, just a regular log manifold, cast manifold. And what happened is once I got it, I went to go fit it to the engine and it didn't fit. So it fit the turbo fine, it just didn't line up. One of the bolt holes was defective, and then I emailed them back. I showed them the pictures and stuff like that. And what happened was, after a couple days of them looking at their stock, they realized that a lot of them were defective. So I got kind of the shit under the stick on that deal. What I've been doing in the meantime is I actually am doing my Lexan windows. Shout out to YNS in Pennsylvania, YNS Lexan. If you get a chance to check them out, check them out. This white stuff is silicone. It's gonna dry clear. I'm just using regular, window, house, Home Depot, clear silicone. I'm not going too crazy, just to seal it up a little bit. But that's the install. Now I know a lot of people what they use is rivets, but I actually used what they're called rib nuts. So they're these things, and you just drill a hole, you put them in, you use the tool, and then it kind of crushes it and creates a nut for you to screw in these bad boys here. Machine nuts, or machine screws rather. So I got those in. The bag of rib nuts I got off of eBay as well. That's the info if you would like. So I basically put the window on. I taped the window in place, and I pre-drilled this corner hole and this corner hole here to the size of this bolt, this screw, machine screw. So then after that, once I had these two screwed, I pre-drilled the existing holes to the size of the rib nut. I was able to put 2 rib nuts in there, and then I went around and drilled with the smaller drill bit again all my holes that I was going to drill. This is a pain in the ass because it's not going to come out perfect. I mean, you can spend time if you want to. I was just trying to do it quick. I ended up putting one there, one there, one there, one there, one there. You can see the rib nuts here. I'm not looking for perfection. I'm just looking for it to work. They're a hell of a lot lighter than the original window, so that's what I was aiming for. So I have both driver and passenger door windows, and I have the rear quarter windows that I'm going to be installing. But for now, that's what I've been doing. I do have another manifold coming in. It's not going to come in until later this week, maybe Thursday. You see the canopy. Yeah, I'm using that because it's kind of raining today, and I'm outside. So when that comes in, I'll let you guys know. I'll show you guys, and I'll mount the turbo up. It kind of sucks that I got to use the bottom mount manifold, but it's not what I wanted. But it is what it is. It was a heck of a lot cheaper, first of all, and there were other sellers that were selling the same manifold, but I didn't want to take the chance on the same thing happening, so I went with bottom mount from a seller that I knew doesn't fuck up, So when that comes in, I'll get back to you, and maybe when I'm doing the other side, I'll include a couple tips on how to what I'm talking about drilling the holes and stuff like that. How's it going, guys? Lewis back at you. Here's a little preview of what I got going on here. I drilled one hole here for one rivet, and then I drilled another one here. Depending on the plexiglass you get, you might have to bend this out a little bit to catch it. I have to bend these tabs out in order to get these holes drilled. I will be cutting them later flush. I did this one with dikes. Like I said, later I'm gonna cut it all nice and make it, you know, nice and straight, so that way nobody gets cut or anything. But I'm actually putting this back on anyway, just like I did on the other side. Let me show you what I did on the other side here. I drilled 4 holes. Put that back on. I was able to keep my mirror. I wanted to keep my mirror, so that's what it came out like. I have to go buy the tool to take that the silicone out. This takes a lot of trial and error, so you gotta. What I did is I put it in place with tape. I hold it on with tape, and then I made sure it was gonna fit everywhere I was gonna drill a hole. And now it's just as far as putting a rivet in those 2 holes, screwing the window down, and then go to town drilling out all the holes that you're going to drill out, and then take it back out, rivet all the holes, and then that's it. Then you can go from there. I'll get back to you when I'm at that point. All right. Don't mind the dirtiness of the car here. It hasn't been cleaned in a while, so. Alright, so I pre-drilled all my little holes for the machine screws. Now I'm going to take this back off. When you put put it on initially to drill your holes, you want to make sure these are nice and snug, not tight like you would when it's all done. Just make sure it's snug, you know, flat down. That way all these holes come out correctly. And now I'm going to take it all off, and I'm going to drill my holes for my rivets. Don't go crazy, don't drive yourself crazy trying to get this thing perfect. There's a reason why I'm saying that, and it's because 1, this stuff dries clear, and 2, you'll be able to wipe it off. You know, like I said, you'll be able to wipe it off. You'll be able to wipe it off. Just take your time, use a couple napkins, and it'll come off, you know what I mean? Even if you have a little bit of, you know, pieces that are left after it dries, you know, you can scrape it off with a plastic razor or something that's not going to damage it. Simply just take a paper towel, and wipe it nice and hard, nice and even, and it'll come out nice and clean. So I'll just do that all the way around, and it'll be fine. Alright, I'll get back to you when I got everything else back together. Harbor Freight tool. Comes with a wire. This to push the wire in initially. Then you feed it to the T-handles. You just work it along the edges, from inside and outside. And you go easy. And cut all the way around the window. You take your time and do it right. You shouldn't have that many wire breaks, because they do break after a while because they get so hot. They just pop. But if you get the hang of it, after a while, you won't have so many wires that pop. You can just go through a whole window using one if you be careful. Now I'm gonna take all this rubber off, silicone, and prep it for the new window. I'm going to try to show this with one hand. So this is the rib nut. That's the rib nut done. So screw down there. You want to have some kind of play in there. You don't want to screw it all the way flat down, especially for just like spots where it's going to be thin metal. There's some spots where it's thicker, so you gotta have like a lot more crank, and you'll feel it like give, and then it won't go no more, and that's when you know you're done. There it is. Make sure it's nice and flush, and it doesn't wiggle when you touch it, and it's all set. You don't really gotta crank these things out too much. So I got all 4 corners done. Well, this one's gotta be done.